Hello and welcome to Jo's Gardening World. Welcome to my gardening channel. I'm about to plant some hardy perennials, some Delphinium Pacific Giants and some Hollyhock Chaters. Now, what I did to prepare the ground is I did use a garden tiller and cultivator, because what you want to do, you want to rake up all of your soil and you want to get it really crumbling, free of all any foreign objects, and you want it to be nice and free flowing. So say, if you go to my previous video where I used the garden tiller to prepare the ground, but you still need to prepare the ground a little bit after you've clumped up all of your soil. You just rake it over, because what I'm going to do is before I plant my delphiniums and hollyhock hardy perennials, I'm going to put some compost into the ground. So as you can see, it's nice and soft. So get it all just hunched up. And I decided to plant some delphinium and hollyhocks because they're quite tall. They grow tall, hardy perennial flowers. And I thought they'd be a nice feature to the back of my garden. So I'm just getting that all. Just throw away any sort of little. What you want to do, just the finishing touches with your hoe, and then I'm going to sprinkle some compost all in the area, just the planting area. And then what you want to do is just hoe it all into place again. Really get it nicely into your ground. That's it. Just turn it over. Get it nice and deep. But as I said before, my garden tiller and cultivator did all the hard work for me, so I didn't have to use a fork or a spade, because what I would advise is, if you've got any weakness in your back, any recent back injuries, I would really advise against using a fork. In fact, I'd highly recommend that you actually do purchase something like a garden tiller and cultivator. Just getting rid of some loose stones. Now, stones are obviously useful. They are good. You want to leave some stones in the ground because it's for drainage. So you do, but you want to get rid of some harder stones so that you've got some nice free ground for your hardy perennials to grow. So giving it a good. It does take a little bit of preparation, but it's all worth it when you do come to see your flowers coming along nicely. So say I'm just getting that all, any big hard stones, get that in really nice. And that's really got it dug in nice, the compost. And I say, you can, then what you want to do is just to even it out, the soil, with a garden rake. So that's nice and even, like that. And again, before you plant, I highly recommend that you just get rid of a few of the larger stones so that your plants have got more freedom to sort of spread out and grow. But don't be too worried about getting rid of too many stones, because stones are also very good for the drainage of the soil. And what I bought on Amazon, I bought a very handy bulb planter tool. because they're ideal for digging into the ground and going the required depth that you need for your plug plant. And what I recommend is you dig a hole into the ground about the same depth as your plug plant. So I'm going to start off with my Delphiniums at the back, and I'm going to press it in. In fact, I'll start there more. I'm going to press it in, give it a twist, pull it out, and as you can see, there's a nice hole in the ground. Do you want to come a bit forward, Paul? As you can see the hole in the ground where the plug plant is. Just tap that out. Just go a bit further. Give it a twist, and that's it. Now, this is my first Delphinium plant, and I did pot them first, and I water them every day, because what you want to do, we're in June and we are past the frost season, but I did acclimatise them on my windowsills because I found that they come on a lot better when you've done a little bit of warmth in your own home. I say just on your windowsills or even just on the floor, and it's acclimatised to a nice temperate temperature. I'd recommend about between 10 and 15 degrees. And because I've already got the hole pre-dug now, what I can do is I can just literally pot it from the plant. Now what you want to do, you want to lift any plant, I recommend that you lift it out by the leaves, not any of the stems. So let's just, if I give it a tap, look at that, look how beautiful that is. I've got that there, and it just goes straight into the plug plant there. And then all you've got to do, once you've done that, it's in the hole, it's in the pre-prepared hole, just tap it in and just tap in, gently just tap in the compost around it. Don't need to overwhelm it by putting too much soil in, just enough to cover the top of your plug plant. Then I'm going to do another one. You want to allow, these are quite, they don't grow very wide, Delphiniums, they grow in height, but you do want to give a little bit of width away from each plant, especially for hardy perennials where they're going to grow, where they grow wider as opposed to taller, like the Delphinium. Just gives it a little bit of room to spread out, a little bit of, you know, gap between each one. So I'm going to go in with the next one. Going to dig the hole like that, pull it out, there you go, you just tap it. It's got a lovely hole in there. If you come closer, Paul, just really get in on the top. You've got that lovely pre-prepared hole for your hardy perennial. Now I'm going to grab the second Delphinium. As I say, turn it up, give it a little tap, and look at that. Look how beautiful that is. Look, you've got all of the roots are beginning to come through the compost, and just gently place it into your pre-prepared hole, and then just gently build up the compost over your pre-prepared plug hole, and that's it. Two Delphinium Pacific Giants planted, ready for watering and ready to start growing and flowering for you to enjoy in your garden. And I do highly recommend that you go onto Amazon and you purchase a bulb planter, because this tool is going to save you a lot of time. It's going to make a nice neat planting hole for your hardy perennials. So plug planter from Amazon. I'll leave you the link in the description, and yeah, and that's it. And I'll see you in the next video. If you want to keep updated, so that you don't miss out on more tips and strategies on growing hardy perennials. A bit later in the year, I'll be also doing some vegetable gardening. But please like this video and please subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on more gardening tips. And I'll also be putting lots of free reports on my channel for you to download, free gardening checklists and reports. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.